Okay, students, Ms. D. Williams is coming back to you with part two of our reteach from yesterday. So here we have 3 and 400s, and then we also have 3 and 40 hundreds. And the reason we read this decimal as 40 hundreds is because there is a zero in the hundreds place, okay? If this zero was not here, it would just be 3 and 4 tenths, okay? All right, so when we look at to compare 3 and 40 hundreds and 3 and 400s and then 3 and 40 hundreds, sorry, a little tongue tied there because the digits are the same. We're going to look at first, we're going to look at the whole numbers, which is the ones place, which is the first place to the left. And if you notice, they both are equal. And because they are equal, once again, you're only going to compare your decimals that you have here. So once again, when we look at it, because we have 400s here, they're trying to show you the model 400, which is here, and then you have 40 hundreds, you can use the model to compare, and you will see that 3 and 400s is actually less than 3 and 40 hundreds. That's just using the models. Now, if we were going to use the comparing stack strategy, I would first start at my ones place, which is the first place to the left of the decimal point. And I noticed that the digit 3 has a value that is equal. So I'm going to put a check mark here and put an equal sign. Now, because they are equal, I'm going to go over to my next place, and I notice that 0 and 4 are not equal in their value, so I'm going to circle. So once I circle, I look at the values 0 tenths and 4 tenths, or 0 and 4, and what do I notice? I notice that 0 tenths and 4 tenths, or 0 tenths compared to 4 tenths, 0 is less than 4 tenths. So that automatically makes 3 and 400ths less than 3 and 40 hundredths. Okay, let's do one more. Going down real quick, guys, excuse me. Let's go down to the one where we have, let's use this one. All right, also that one's not shaded yet. So let me just go back up to my one that has one that's shaded. All right, so let's go to this one. All right, so if you look at this one right here, you have 23 and 31 hundredths, and then you have 23 and 3 tenths. Okay, it would be 30 hundredths if there was a zero here, but because there's no zero, it's 23 and 3 tenths. When I compare, I look at my whole numbers over here to the left, and I notice that there is a 2 in the tens place and a 2 in the tens place over here. So that makes the tens place equal. Because there is a 3 in the ones place, there's a 3 in the ones place over here as well. That means that they are equal. So 23 and 23 are equal. So because they are equal, I'm going to now go over to, let me click off of this. I'm going to now go over to my first place over here to my decimals. My place is over here, and I have 31 hundredths, which is shaded here. And then I have 3 tenths, which is shaded here. Well, remember that the 3 tenths is the same as 30 hundredths, okay? The only difference is over here, we still have 30 hundredths too, as well as the 3 tenths over here. There's one extra part that's actually shaded in, one little hundredth that's shaded in over here. So that makes 23 and 31 hundredths greater than 23 and 3 tenths. So if you look at the models, they are the same here and here, with the exception of that 100 that you have here. So using my stack strategy, I start at my greatest place, which is the tens. They are equal here. The values are equal. So then I move over to my ones place. The value is equal. Check mark, equal sign. Okay. So then I know that I'm going to go over to my tenths place over here. And this actually equal too. So I'm going to show that it's equal. So then if I look here at my last place, I have 1 and I have nothing here. But if I put a placeholder of a 0, I know that 1 is greater than 0. So that makes 23 and 31 hundredths greater than 23